Hi, I'm Scott Fletcher. I work in our solutions department here at Quorum, and today I'm going to show you how Quorum Land and Accounting share knowledge across the applications to reduce duplication of effort between land and accounting staff. The integrated data and processes between Quorum Accounting and Land allow one-time data setup that is shared across the applications. Monthly accounting functions in Land and Accounting share results to eliminate redundant accounting transactions. This session will show the data and processes that are shared between Quorum Accounting and Land applications. Today I'm going to discuss and show you Business Associate Master shared with Quorum Land, Accounting Organizational Hierarchy shared with Quorum Land, Well Completion Master shared in land-related wells, Land Payment Obligation Journal Entries, how they're posted to accounting, Revenue DOI Owners linked to Quorum Land Leases. Let's first look at how the common Business Associate Master data is shared between accounting and land. Let's open up My Quorum applications. Here in the My Quorum applications, we've got the Business Associate Master screen open. You'll notice the BA entity ID of 26419 for Chevron USA Production Company. We have general information about this BA. If we look at addresses, we'll see the first address here is on 21 Hillfigure Road. Down below, we see address entry, bank information, but let's click on the Usages tab. The usages within the BA Master tell the BA system where this BA will be used across all the other applications, such as billing interest owner will be used in joint billing, but row 3 in particular says lease owners-payee. So what this usage is telling the system is this BA will be used and shared with the land system. So if we look at Quorum Land, within Quorum Land, we've got the Alexander Patton Jones lease pulled up. We can look at all the agreement details, but in particular, let's look at participation. Under participation, there are 5 participants. The first one being the one that we had up in our BA Master, Chevron USA Production, BA number 26419. They are a working interest owner with a 0.40 decimal interest for the lease, and it also shows their address information of 21 Hillfigure Road, Covington, Pennsylvania. So you can see from this, one of the shared items, of course, is the shared Business Associate Master being shared with Quorum Land. Next, let's see how the accounting organization hierarchy is shared between accounting and land applications. When the accounting and land systems were initially installed, the customer will determine what they want their organizational hierarchy for reporting to be. The customer can decide on a standard organizational hierarchy that can be used across multiple applications, and in this example, it will be set up in the Accounting eSuite Master and shared across accounting applications and Quorum Land. Let's take a look at that organizational hierarchy. I'm going to open up the screen for organizational maintenance. In here, we'll see multiple organizational hierarchies. This is the standard hierarchy. If I click on the standard hierarchy, what you'll notice over here on the right, we're telling the system how to use this organizational hierarchy in what applications. We're going to use it in the Quorum Core Financial Systems, Quorum Revenue Accounting, and also in Quorum Land. This organizational hierarchy has 6 levels. It starts off at the highest level being the business unit. We can drill into the divisions. So in the Gulf Division, I can drill down and see the actual areas, and drill into the areas, I can see the different fields. It's the Sandy Hook field, and then I can drill down into the Sandy Hook prospect. Under the Sandy Hook prospect, I see the Freeman Cost Center. So the Freeman Cost Center originally started out as a cost center that's set up on the cost center maintenance. So what's important about that, if I look at cost center maintenance, we set up this cost center, the Freeman. It was established, and it also was linked to the next level up, or the parent in the standard hierarchy, which would be the Angie Sandy Hook prospect. So it's identified here as the Angie Sandy Hook field prospect. That's where that cost center gets linked in. Once it does that, it knows how to roll it up the rest of the way within the hierarchy. So now looking back at the land application within this particular agreement, if we look at organization, So pulling up the organizational screen, we've got that cost center, the Freeman Cost Center. Down on the bottom one, it shows you how it's established, how it rolls up to the prospect, the field, the area, division, and company. So in seeing this, we know that the cost center is shared with accounting and land, but also the organizational hierarchy is being shared between accounting and land. So just another great example of how shared data between accounting and land minimizes the redundancy of effort to set up roll-ups in this manner. Another shared data set is well completion master data, which is shared with land in terms of land-related wells. Well completions are set up in revenue accounting. The well data is shared and visible in Quorum Land. Let's take a look at the well completion master. In the well completion master, we see well ID 20,249. It's for the 1975 op well. There's well information in here such as field, state, county, but also latitude and longitude. So it's set up at 44.26 north, 105.35 west. This is important because as latitude and longitude are set up, it can be used by Quorum Land and the Quorum GIS system to plot that well spot on the map along with the lease. So this latitude and longitude is used by Quorum GIS. Once this is set up, it can take advantage of this location. Other well information is established within the well master, general information, operator information, all that data. If we look at how that data is shared with Quorum Land, I can go over and look at that lease again and look at related wells. So in the related wells, I'll see here's that particular well that we had up, the 11,975 operated well. And on the bottom screen, it shows additional information about that well, the well status, the well class, the field name, all the things that we were seeing in the well completion master. So that's an example of well completion master data shared and related in the land related well screen. Another shared data set is land payment obligation journal entries. Payment obligations are entered for the land lease and can be any user-defined payment obligations such as rental payments, damage payments, etc. Let's go and look at the land lease and how these payment obligations are set up. So coming back to our lease, we'll bring up the payment obligations under payment. And here we see 5 payments that are set up. These are payment types, user-defined, set up when we set up the system. But then the users, the land lease analyst, has entered these payments to be paid, the next payment, an end date, the frequency, the amount, and how they're to be paid. Now, when these payment obligations are processed within land, it will generate the payment entry. That entry can be sent over to Quorum Accounts Payable to write the check. But the entries themselves, what accounts to use, what chart of accounts to be used, is established here in the land system. And that's done using a code maintenance table. So looking here at the code maintenance table, this is the GL cross-reference within Quorum Land. And if I see these rental payments here, I can establish what a GL account is going to be used for that entry, but it also establishes what offset account. So the debit and credit accounts are loaded within Quorum Land. So when those entries are posted into the Quorum accounting system, these are the accounts that it will use. So another example of how that data from an accounting transaction process is shared. Set up in land, processed in land, but then that accounting transaction is sent over to Quorum Accounting. So land payment obligation journal entries posted to accounting. The last shared knowledge point is revenue DOI owners and Quorum Land leases. When new revenue division orders are entered, the DO analyst has the option of linking the owner to one or more Quorum Land leases. This is the way to show that the DOI owner is a lease participant, either working interest, royalty, or overriding royalty owner on that lease. This gives the DO analyst a way to link back to the Quorum Land lease from within the Quorum division order application. Let's take a look at how that works within the application. I'm going to pull up my Quorum well search in DOI search screen. And here I've got a property number 50512. It's the Murray. When I query on that and search for it, it shows me one property, one division of interest for revenue, tier 1. I've got an option here to go ahead and click and say bring up that DOI and show me all the owners on that DOI. So when the division order analyst sets up this division order, they'll look at the leases involved at a Quorum Land, determine the lease interest, determine the acreage participation related to the particular owners, and then go through their calculations determining what the interest will be for each of these owners for the well. So Lucy Allen has a royalty interest. Her interest is pretty small. It's 0.00292969. But if I select Lucy Allen here, down below I can see if she has any marketing exemptions, but also what can be entered is associated land leases. So this is the agreement number right out of Quorum Land. Lucy Allen shows the agreement type. It's active. So you can list up, one or more land agreement numbers here within Quorum Division of Interest system, and you can cross-reference the owner essentially to any number of land agreements out of Quorum Land. Now, as a division order analyst, I may look at this and wonder, are there any provisions or what are the other things related to this owner regarding that land agreement? I've got an option here to then click on this option here, take me to the agreement header. So what that will do is take me into Quorum Land and launch that agreement, and then I can go through and look at things like participation, dates and documents, acreage. So here Lucy Allen is, she's a royalty interest owner. In the lease, she has 0.125 royalty interest, shows her address, but this is the link that takes me to the land agreement system straight out of the division order system. So I can be a lease analyst, wonder what that agreement shows, pull it up, show dates and documents, participation on all the things related to Quorum Land. So that's a great way for the division order analyst to link the owners to the Quorum Land leases. In summary, we talked about shared business associate master. We showed the shared organization hierarchy, how that can be established in accounting, in the eSuite master, and shared with land, and how land can use that for doing reporting and establishing the cost center for doing journal entries. We looked at the shared well completion master. We looked at land journal entries and how they cross-reference to the GL accounts for posting transactions that will be linked over and posted into Quorum Accounting. We also looked at how the Quorum Division of Interest owners are linked to land leases. We believe these shared data points between Quorum Land and accounting make for more efficient operations that involve overlapping processes between these applications. There are many advantages of using Quorum Accounting along with Quorum Land applications.